Hi there, and welcome to the Cult of Cinema. I am Aaron, and tonight, well, we're talking sort of Vinegar Syndrome. Well, in a way, we're talking the partner labels. Hey there, Cobra, welcome. And my thoughts on this month's, my final month as a subscriber. And hey there, Wayne, welcome. And how do I feel it went? How do you feel it went? What do you think of Vinegar Syndrome's final month? I forgot my hat. I got to get my hat. I shall return. We're going to look at we're going to look at all the titles, and I'm going to show you what I got for my last month as a subscriber, because I was a halfway subscriber. I could not afford to get the new subscription. It was really pricey, but if you could afford it, bam, awesome, worth it. And I think my views on the partner labels might be different than some other people's, and that's one of the reasons we got to talk. Hey there, Dave. I'm going to be right back. I have to grab my hat because I'm new to my hat on. What? I'm live. Grabbing my hat. All right. Sorry about that, but aside from my hat, I also had to grab my tea. Hey there, John. Aloha. Sister, that's what you wanted for. Hey there, Alan. Well, I can play Rocket League anyway. I've got to have an Xbox, so and a Switch. Oh, yes. For those that didn't know, on Twitter, I actually my workplace had a kind of a few draws, and I won something. I won actually. I'll show it later on. I'll show you what I won later on. I won a microphone for your iPhone. Connect through USB. So what you want to get your microphone to connect through your iPhone is you're going to need a Lightning. If it has, hey, there's strange lines. So basically, what you're looking for, if your microphone has a USB connection to it, you're going to have to get this like little piece. It's you can get it at Best Buy usually, and it is a microphone to Lightning connector. So when I was making videos on my iPad, then what I was using at the time was after I stopped using my lavaliers in order to use my blue snowball microphone. Hey, there's strange land. Basically, I would use a USB to Lightning connector, which is only small. Be careful where you put it, because I lost mine, and that's one of the reasons I don't do videos down in the basement anymore, is because I don't have the connector to do them with. So, what do you guys think so far of the partner labels month? Because we're going to dive right into it. I figure that's the best way to go. And I'll say it right now. I'm very impressed. Whereas, and there are a lot of like kind of like foreign titles, like Asian titles, stuff like that here for the month of December. But unlike, hey there, Flickering Waves, welcome, man. Unlike the Ebola syndrome, which wasn't my jam, oh hell yeah, is some of this stuff my jam. And I'll let you guys know what I got as my final look into Vinegar Syndrome. So, of course, the two VSPs were here, and I had not picked up the VSPs before. Lightning USB 3. That should work. Really, it's just like as long as it's that you can get your the USB connection to like a Lightning connection, you should be okay. But I finally gave in, guys. I picked up New York Ninja. It was just too fun and too cheesy. It was something that I had to finally grab. This is my last hurrah as a subscriber. I wanted it to be really good. I really looked at different titles, and trust me, I had a ton of titles that I to choose from this time. There was a lot of really good titles, but I did go dive back into the VSP era, and I grabbed New York Ninja, the very first VSP. And since I was grabbing that, I also grabbed Censor. And I am so excited to get this film. Initially, this was going to be on 4K, but the either the rights or the elements weren't there. So they decided to go with the Blu-ray release, but they packed and loaded full of stuff. And we're going to get to that one, Ragman. We're not there yet. But this was actually the one that made me get New York Ninja. I knew I'd get the two VSPs. If I got Censor, I was going to get New York Ninja, and I really, really wanted this film. So this one, I wanted to get some films that are different than some of the stuff that I'm looking at in the last little while. Censor is a serious, cool horror film, and I definitely wanted to go with that. From Altered Innocence, we have Arabata, and I probably pronounced that wrong, but that's okay. I'm good with that. By the way, if you're here right now, I have to do the YouTube thing and say, please like, share, and subscribe, and all of that other good stuff. There is a donation button and a super chat, and there's merch and Patreon, and yada, yada, yada. I'll mention more at the end. But this here release looks kind of cool, actually. There's 1,500 copies of this one. And we got horror movie director Jose is adrift in a sea of doubt and drugs. As his belated second feature nears completion, his reclusive bubble is popped by two events: sudden reappearance from an ex-girlfriend and a package from past acquaintance Pedro, a reel of Super 8 film, an audio tape, and a door key. From there, the boundaries of time, space, and sexuality are erased as Jose, once sucked into Pedro's vampiric orbit, together they attempt the ultimate hallucinogenic catharsis through a Mobius strip of filming and being filmed. So interesting one. There's a documentary, Ivan Z. There it runs 51 minutes long. I'm not quite sure, but for me, I wanted to, since Second Sight is over in the UK, and that would mean for me, Ragman, kind of like getting it from another country. And a lot of the stuff that I'm getting right now from other countries, I'm getting hit with heavy customs fees. I take no chances. I'm getting the Vinegar Cinema edition. It's a sexy looking edition, and I'm just really looking forward to checking it out. So this is actually a really cool film. I did not pick this up, but not because it wasn't a good film. It actually does look really good. However, like Ragman mentioned, this rocks. And did I pick this up? This was literally the very first thing that I put into my cart. Her smell looks incredible. For those that are unaware, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and punk was kind of one of my things. Punk and pop and new wave. I listened to a lot of type of music, but I really did love a lot of the punk era stuff. And I love a good story. I love a good tale. I love a good character piece. And Her Smell looks like that. I can't see anybody looking at this release that are into this at all. I mean, if you're like if action movies are your thing, or horror films, like you really like maybe this isn't going to be your jam. But for me, this literally spoke to me the very first second that I started to read about this one here. It's put out by Gunpowder and Sky. Their releases are normally more expensive than the regular releases, and this one, was $37.80 or Canadian, or $55 Canadian if you're doing the half price thing. What did I think of this? Well, this is Elizabeth Moss on the hell. Go like really acting the hell out of this one. Have you seen it, Flickering Waves? I have not seen this one. So Becky Something is a 90s punk rock superstar who once filled arenas with a grungy all-female trio, Something She. There's kind of, is there like a Courtney Love parallel here? Now she plays smaller venues with grappling with motherhood, exhausted bandmates, nervous record company executives, and a new generation of rising talent eager to usurp her stardom. When Becky's chaos and excesses derail a recording session and national tour, she finds herself shunned, isolated, and alone. Forced to get sober, temper her demons, and reckon with the past, she retreats from the spotlight and tries to recapture the creative inspiration that led her band to success. We have in this film Elizabeth Moss. I actually sang. Like, let that one like sink in for a second. Cara Delevingne, Dan Stevens, who the guy that I want to be the next like James Bond. We got Ginger Madison, Agnes Dean, Eric Stoltz, and Amber Heard. And it is loaded with special features, music videos, a gallery of like fake album covers created for the film. There's a 12-page booklet here, new conversations with the director and audio commentary. Just some really, 2 audio commentaries actually. It's really, really cool stuff. So yes, I did. This was the third of my 5 picks for this month, which I thought was a nice way to go out, since this month would have been like probably around 4 to 5 titles if this would have been a regular month. And then came Detention. So Detention is based on a famous video game. The video game, I think it's a Taiwan video game from Taiwan, and it's kind of has a, how do I put this? Kind of a Silent Hill meets, a very Silent Hillish type of look to it, and so with its own unique kind of like, it's definitely banned in China. It's it talks, not the nicest about politics in China, but it's so China did not like that, so they banned it. So yeah, set during the Taiwanese martial law of the 1960s, this shockingly gruesome and terrifying coming-of-age drama based on usually popular video games sees 2 classmates who go looking for their missing friends and teachers, all of whom took part in a legal book club, only to come face to face with ghost, deformed monsters that have taken over the school. This masterful debut from director and co-writer John Su, I guess, recalls the best of Del Toro, with enough blood, striking sound design, art direction, and special effects to evoke Silent Hill and other landmarks of the genre. Thank you, Matt. For 11 years, my head was shaved, actually. I think I actually showed you guys like on here. So they don't cut a lot of special features. They're very vague. There's a music video. There's 3 featurettes. We don't know what they are, what they're about. There are 2 essays. I'm going to assume video essays on here, or maybe maybe audio essays. I'm not quite sure. Inside sleeve artwork. Not sure how. Now this is the same company that put out the Western, right? No, that was Subculture, but they put out something else. I just can't remember what it is. I'm sure one of you guys will know. But it looks gorgeous. This here looks freaking gorgeous. And that's why this hit my cart right away. That, and because with the new like banning laws and censoring laws that are coming out literally over there in China, right? Movies like this could disappear. So it's good to know that like a company has put this out so that it doesn't get lost. So that if they decide to like say, okay, they want to ban it, they want to just erase it from the country, and if they have the ability to erase it altogether, then I'm grabbing this now. I'm not taking any chances. All right, next up is Being Natural. And I remember this one is. Oh yeah, so yes I do it. So here we go. Another Asian film. Takeshi Uno wants more wants little more from life than to play the bongos under the starlight. When his uncle passed away, his freshly divorced cousin inherits their traditional country home and tasks the shy slacker with caring for it. Together with the town's underdog grocer, the three revert to a joyful childhood dynamic. Leisurely barbecue, the cheapest beef and cup noodles. It's all fun games until a family from Tokyo, led by an unhinged patriarch, um, from The Grudge, actually, and his enigmatic wife, manifests their desire to open a countryside cafe at all costs. And you know what? That sounds cool. So far, every freaking single one of these titles sounds really good. Not not in the like, no, this is cheesy or this is fun or this is your these sound really good, like actually solid films that you will sit down and watch. And I guess I like that. I'm ready for a bit more of that. Uh, it's great to have like the fun cheesy stuff, but have some more serious horror like Detention, have like character films like her Smell. Uh, Needed. Rebels of the Neon God. The trailer for this one's actually kind of unusual, um, but it was cool. It was kind of cool. We got here. Saming Lang emerged on the world cinema scene in 1992 with his groundbreaking first feature, Rebels of the Neon God. His debut already includes a handful of elements familiar to fans of subsequent work. A deceptively spare style of often branded minimalist, with Kang Shing as the silent and sullen. Okay, copious amounts of water, whether pouring from the sky or bubbling up from a clogged drain, enough urban. Anyway, it looks cool. Hey there, River, welcome. You didn't get Code Santa? That one actually finally went out of like out of stock for the special edition. That was a really good one, man. Even if it's not doesn't have a slip cover, honestly, dude, Maddie, pick it up. It's a really good film and perfect for this month. Hey, Eric, welcome. Are you not excited though that there's so many as an Asian movie enthusiast that there's so many Asian like films that are coming to from the partner labels? And did you like Being Natural? Okay, next up is Saturn's Core, and I know a lot of you think that I would grab this one, but I didn't. I didn't get this one. Rare Exports is excellent. This is a kind of a shout out video. Where was this one done at again? What is it, like a Native American uh, version of basically of Evil Dead? So it looks cool. Actually, decent effects, decent like makeup effects for a lower budget film. But I've seen so much of this lower budget stuff in the last year that gotta say, gotta be honest. I'm ready to see some uniquely different stuff. Norway is here. This was a different one. This one looked kind of. I went back and forth on this one. Um, this one looked kind of cool. So basically, um, it's a vampire that likes to dance. He dances a lot. I like shot video films. I really do. Um, and I do think that like companies that like that are putting them out, like when Wave did their own videos, and they still do, I think, don't they? The Intervision titles from Severin, and these titles here from Saturn Core. I think they're great releases. I really think they're really fun. It's just I've watched a lot of these releases in the last year. Actually, in the last 2 or 3 years, I started to do a WTF year, and it kind of steamrolled into kind of taking over my entire channel. And I want to watch them in between other films rather than be just the total focus on what I watch. I need to detox a bit, right, man? I need That's your favorite of his films. It looks interesting. It looks really interesting, actually. Okay, here's one that didn't interest me at all. I'm not gonna lie. Um, you can see the title of it, even though the character, got my name. Our two recovering addicts who meet in a psychoanalyst office, fall in love, relapse on poppers, and become the biggest a-holes in New York City. One of the most disgusting movies ever made. I'm guessing there's going to be a bunch of people that are totally going to flip over this, and it might be good. I don't know. Like I would watch this over Ebola Syndrome, but still, it's not my favorite. Oh, I've seen Truth or Dare. Are we talking about Tim Ritter? I saw it when it initially came out. I remember I had a VHS of Truth or Dare. We got the second documentary from Utopia, and man, this looks good. I couldn't afford to get this because I wanted to get another Utopia film, and this really does look incredible. It's about Dash Snow. So basically, it's about an artist who literally dies. Well, no spoiler alert. It's right in the beginning of it. He's an artist that died of a heroin addiction. I'm not quite sure, actually. Does anybody know if that's by the same makers of the Greasy Strangler? But I love the slipcover for this one. I'm probably going to regret not getting this one. But I had to choose. And you'll eventually see what my choice is. Because now 4 of the 5 films that I picked up. We have like t-shirts here. We got a t-shirt for Utopia, Movie Watcher shirt. I really dig this, actually. That was super cool. I almost picked it up. Yellow Veil Picture shirt. I would have, if this shirt would have had the stabbing knife logo, Yellow Veil knife stab logo, I would have picked. I don't think I could have not picked it up because I really dig their logo with kind of the Giallo style like logo with the yellow triangle with the knife, with the stabbing knife in it. If this would have been on that shirt, I would have grabbed it. One I almost picked up though. Hey, there's Sin Arcade. Welcome. I have no idea if it's the same guy or not. Fun City Editions, a great company. They didn't put anything out this month, but did put out this here t-shirt, and it's really cool. I recommend it. Agfood came out with a tote bag this month, a monster tote bag, which is cute. Yeah, red would actually look good. At least a couple different color choices. We got a Fun City Editions tote bag with the natural toad, and I do like the look of that. If this would have been like $20 cheaper, I would have bought it. Because this rocks. I love the look of this cap. And you guys know I like my caps. The Yellow Veil enamel pin. I was tempted on this too, but I just couldn't afford it. There's Norway like limited edition screen print here. I like the look of Commando Ninja, though I had heard that Commando Ninja is kind of more trying to be cult as opposed to just being a cult film. And whether that's the case or not, I don't know because I haven't seen it in Arcade. River. Killing Spree. I got that here somewhere, actually. Pretty sure I got the one here. Satanic horror, smut without smut, satanic horror night. Thought about this one, decided against it. Wasn't what I'm in the mood for. The type of film I'm in the mood to watch right now. This, of course, was already sold out. Bloodorama, interesting, but I didn't want to really grab it right now. Radio On was a serious thought for me, but I had a couple Fun City editions already coming right now. So I said, I'm gonna try and like expand and get some like different labels. I almost picked up Knocking. This looks really good. Has anybody seen this film? Like I watched a trailer of this one and it was really, really good. Adore everything like that I've seen here. For me, this is a big step up from the last. Like the last partner label month was fantastic too, but for me, this one surpasses that. Fred Houston collection, and I really don't remember that one. Just keeping an eye out. Oh, that's one of the other ones they put out. Got Sorority Slaughter. I thought about getting a Saturn's Core one because I really do have fun with these shot and video ones, more so than I do with a lot of the other ones. But I decided against it. I didn't get the Shima print, and obviously I didn't get Knocking, so I didn't get the Knocking limited edition screen print. I thought about Boarding House. That one was in the cart, went out. Summer of '84 was just a bit too pricey right now. Last Matinee. This is one I was going to get, and it got just a little bit too gross at the end of the trailer. So I said, I'm going to wait. Knife Plus Heart. My kids have recommended this one to me like crazy. They said, this is an amazing film. And you know what? I haven't got a chance to see this movie, I don't think. But I do need to see it. Again, Utopia does some great stuff there. There's a screen print for it. We got Shattered Dead here. Another like Saturn's Core one. Death of Nintendo. Primetime Panic. You guys know I have that one coming. WNUF Halloween special. It was here. WNF like soundtrack was there as well. I was tempted on these shelf dividers. Like I'm going to give it a watch first, and if I like it, I'll maybe buy it down the road. But it's a little bit pricey. What wasn't pricey? It was one of the cheaper ones actually. It had 2 films with it. But I had to decide. So of course I didn't get this. There's no way in hell I was going to get this. Wall of Tigers I've known is good. Kid Candidate, thought about that one. But at the end of the day, I grabbed this. If you're new here, then one of the things to know is when I was growing up, I wanted to act. That was my thing. And I spent a lot of time like studying acting and specifically improv. The fact that I didn't have this yet without is kind of insane. The slipcover is extremely gorgeous. This is a very cool documentary, and it's about Del Close. And if you know who Del Close is, dude was like, yeah, he's a comedic genius. But he was also, he had some issues. He had some stuff that he went through. Idle commentary, deleted scenes on here, not a lot of features, but it didn't matter to me because I really, really wanted to have this in my collection. I thought about it for a second. I said, there's not a lot of features on here. Is maybe I can watch it. And that'll be good enough. And I'll grab one of the other releases with more features. But at the end of the day, I really wanted this. I really wanted this one. I love the slipcover on this one. And oh, I love Mad Men, the TV show. Huge fan of Mad Men. The people that that are shown in here, that are interviewed, are just incredible. Oh, Mad. Oh, are we talking about the same Mad? But yeah, T- tell close. The man with the keys to comedy. If only he can remember where he put them. So this for me was super exciting. Exactly, Sin Arcadia. Bill Murray's one. Actually, a lot of those guys grew up. Rob Williams, all those guys kind of like were the whole like the Second City crew. Kind of all went under Del Close. And that's if you're like somebody, an aspiring comedian, or you're an actor or a filmmaker, this is definitely a one to pick up. I will definitely do a review of it, Flickering Waves. So you're going to see a review on that film. She Freak is there as well. Again, a cool little title, but nothing I personally needed. Lulls is there. We got a Dim Valley, a Commando Ninja. That's a fun one. Beats. We have Psycho Sisters. This is the only Saturn Core I almost picked up actually. We got the vinyl soundtrack. Awaken from Gunpowder and Skies here as well. Deadlock. It's already sold out. It was sold out before it even came back up. Golden Arm, anything Utopia, you're pretty safe. Utopia and Fun City editions, really safe for those. I really want Rancho Deluxe. I really do. I just couldn't afford to get anything else. Sound of Fury, a great Shiva Baby, one of the best of the year. One of the best releases that I watched this year. It'll definitely go on my top releases. If you're part of my Patreon channel, I hope you've been checking out my the report cards that I'm doing. I was spending a hell of a lot of time on those, and it'd be much appreciated if you check them out. Give them a like. Let me know that you actually watched them. Treasure of the Ninja and Films of William Lee. That's the last Agfa release I picked up. Mail Order Murder. This is a lot of fun, actually. So Long Billy is here. Alleluia. Adoration. Adoration is one I really want too. I grabbed two like Front City ones in this during the sale. Still didn't get to get Martha a picture story. I really do want this one. I want to get this one for my better half eventually. It's a beautiful film by Utopia, by an incredible photographer. Leather Buys from Agfa and Shout Factory. When Unique Combination. Donnie's Bar Mitzvah is one I eventually want to get to. Prospect. This was in my list. Did you like the X-Men video? I definitely. I'm seriously asking because for a little bit of behind the scenes, Matt, it took me 45 minutes to prepare to make the X-Men video. That doesn't include like reading the book, which I'm now rereading by the way. But it took me 45 minutes to prepare everything to make it and to get the right top-down angle that I wanted. Prospect. I really want a Prospect, but I just couldn't afford it. Walking the Edge is on its way to me. That's in my. That's from one of the sale ones. I'm really glad I got that one while it's still had. Hey, there's Zach. Welcome, man. I'm really glad that I got this one while it still had the cool slipcover. Every Trip again, funny film. Altered Innocence. I haven't seen this one. Love After Death, The Good, the Bad, and the Beautiful. Again, one I haven't seen. Smile. I haven't seen this in years, and do want to own this one too. Crestone is a Utopia. Don't remember it. Green Jelly. Not really my jam. Pun not intended. Yeah, good old Pierre Trudeau. I love the way that they drew him. Actually, would have believed like back in the day he was like kind of like a sex symbol. He was like dating Barbara Streisand and stuff. Jungle Trap, a Run Coyote Run. I don't own this one, but it's James Bryan, so I will eventually own it. Much like Stephen Thrower, I do really apply to the James Bryan's a lot better than you think he is school of the school of theory. Minor Premise again looks fantastic. Agfa, I thought about this, but I had got some Agfa that I got to get through. Curious Doctor Hump, cool little title, but Nothing I need. Now these are the older ones. So Jeremy, I still don't have. I still need to get Jeremy. The Femme Objique, I missed out on the limited edition. I'm so peeved with that. She-Mob and the girl from Pussycat. Maybe eventually. I start counting. Of course, I buy this one. Day one. Oh yeah, she was famous too. Margaret Trudeau. Like she was. They were cool. Like they were actually. They kind of the Pierre Trudeau and Margaret Trudeau were. They're the John and Jackie Canada. That's kind of their deal. Uh, they were different and they did their own thing. They kind of marched to be their own drummers. I start counting again. If you don't own this film, you should. You just should own this film. It's Savage Harvest. I didn't pick up Savage Harvest. I really didn't. I thought about it, but I went slightly classier. You might be proud of me, Zach, or maybe disappointed. I'm not sure. Scary Tales is there. Bloody Nose Empty Pockets. Sometimes Martha Does Dreadful Things. Limbo. I already got Alphabet City. Act was your favorite partner label. For me, it's Fun City Editions and Utopia. It's pretty much like tied between those two. I got this one here. This was given me by a good friend, Scare Film Archives. I love this one, by the way. Was very intrigued about the McPherson tapes, but again, my coupon didn't work for that one. The Wild Buzz is here. Love Express, The Harvesters, Starfish, some earlier stuff. I get you. This was my last chance. I'm not a subscriber after this month. So I wanted to go out with what I hope is a bang. So I tightened the belt and I picked up some stuff. So let's go. Equation to an Unknowns here. Violent Years, I have this one already. God Monster of Indian Flats, Blood Lake, Soul Tangler. Here's the names I love to have. The Sword and the Claw, Take It and Trade I own. Ninja Zombies here. Effects I thought it was at a print actually, but I guess with the 80 films one coming out. Scary Movie is here. Are you sure it's not a print? No, it's actually in print. I thought this was gone too. I thought the Sarah Jacobson one was gone. Nice. I hope you like them. I'm working really hard on them. There's some that I got done, John, that I haven't got put up yet. I'm kind of spacing them out. I'm basically on my last day off. What I did was, aside from making my live video, I made 5 pre-tape videos, and a couple of them come out already on the Patreon channel. But most of my pre-tapes now are exclusive Patreon exclusive videos, and I'm doing report cards. I'm doing the Culty Awards, of course. Uh, but yeah, for those that came in late, what did I pick up? I grabbed New York Ninja because I thought I really wanted to have this, and I grabbed this one. This was a secondary. This was the last one that I picked. I took it out of my cart and put it back in again, but I wasn't sure. What I was sure of is I wanted censor. I'm a huge fan of video nasties, and not only is this movie kind of dealing with like censors and video nasties, but they did a really good job by actually having features that dealt with the genre and dealt with like the whole story behind it. So, in other words, they did the exact opposite of what the Ebola syndrome did. I'm not going to let it drop, guys. In that they brought you into the world of the video nasties and censorship, and the went there and they said, okay, we're not just going to just show you this film, which this incredible film. We're going to give you all types of features uh, that that deal with it. Not just the film, but actually deal with video nasties and the air itself. That always impresses me. So I also picked up Her Smell because holy crap, that looks amazing. Detention, that was an easy pickup for me. How many is that? That's four, right? One, two, three, four. And the final one that I picked up was a Utopia film because I do love Utopia's releases. And I grabbed for Mad Men Only. I love the fact that the merch is here. For those that haven't seen the merch, but there's the Agfa Monster tote bag. We got the Utopia Monster Movie Wear shirt, the Fun City Edition shirt, the Fun City Edition Natural tote bag. We got a Yellow Veil shirt here. The Yellow Veil. I wondered about that, but you know what? No. I mean, for a person buying, hell no. For Vinegar Syndrome themselves, it's something to think about because obviously some months your partner labels are going to shine you. But the fact that they're doing, like, I'm guessing that, they have some say within this. But the fact that they're okay with that, that says something. Like, give Vinegar Syndrome credit for the fact that, they've taken so many partner labels. And let's be honest, Vinegar Syndrome's like rise in popularity has only been over the last couple of years. They're really kind of like rocket to like real rise in popularity. And a lot of these labels would not have gotten the kind of the notice as much. But they have. And it's fantastic. So yeah, Vinegar Syndrome is a hub for all cinematic tastes. And here's the thing: I've been watching a lot of Vinegar Syndrome stuff over the last few years, and I'm realizing that my tastes they evolve a bit. There's a lot more that I want to see. There's a lot more stuff that I want to kind of experience. And although I may not I'll always grab a giallo from Vinegar Syndrome. I'll always get a title like Thriller. That's still a title, that I really like. But honestly, a lot of the stuff that Vinegar Syndrome has on their website, it's the partner labels that I actually like. Stuff like this. And I didn't realize there's not a Heart Ninja T-shirt, a Heart New York Ninja T-shirt, but that's kind of cool. I would like to. My favorite shirts were the Fun City Edition shirts and Utopia's Movie Watcher shirt. I would love to have either one of those. Those are really awesome. And Great look, that was a good idea. Actually, I never even thought about that. I just grabbed the ones that I really wanted to watch. Like literally, that's what it came down to. Yeah, it came down to me grabbing what I wanted to watch. And what I wanted to watch now, as opposed to kind of get this down the road. Because at the end of the day, I'm not. Which label would you consider the go-to for Jello? That's actually a really good question, and it changes. Arrow, for the longest time, would definitely have been like a go-to when it comes to Jello. They have put out some of the greatest Jellos of all time. On North America's side of it, Severin has done a fantastic job of representing Giallos. So I would say over in the UK, even though it's like Shameless Screen Entertainment is really up there, and you get a great there's I'd say Arrow and Shameless Screen Entertainment, 80 films. Those are the three big ones for when it comes to the UK. But for here, Severin. Severin is probably the biggest one when it comes to Giallos. That's what I had to do, Zach, because I had to look at the titles and not just look at what I wanted to buy. Not just look at what I wanted to watch, but which ones I wanted to own. Hey there, Craig. Welcome, man. And there's the key. There's the big thing. It's titles that I really wanted to own. You realize that those linky things don't work here, right? I can understand like your thoughts on the oversaturation, but I don't think so. I think that as long as Arrow doesn't let themselves get too like cut up in the in the partner labels, as in basically every member of Arrow decides he suddenly want to Arrow, sorry, Vinegar Syndrome suddenly decides he wants to do their own partner label. That can branch things off, but I think it's good. I think it's good. I think that and if they put more in there, all the power to them. Makes it harder for us because there's more money that can possibly be spent. But aside from like January, I think I'm gonna. There's a couple of January titles, and then I think May is probably the next month, like an Arrow that I'm really gonna look into. But I may wait this time because I know the Forgotten Jelly box that's coming out in January, but I don't think I can afford that one in January. So I'll probably be buying that one during the sale, even though it kills me because I really want to get it. Well, they'll still have Peakorama. It's just there won't be like a completionist a bundle, and I think it's because that they don't know like exactly. Maybe they don't have like a schedule for Peakorama for this year. Arrow does sell non-Arrow titles. They do. I know they do third run titles there. They do Shameless Screen Entertainment. Shameless Screen Entertainment lost their. Hey there, Pizza Party. Welcome, man. Yeah, it's the thing. Like when you're. This was for me, and I guess for you too. Yes, Forgotten Jelly Volume 4 comes out in January, and Volume 5 comes out in I think either September or October. So there's 2 Forgotten Jelly volumes next year, and there's another Homegrown Horrors box set as well. Yeah, with pizza, when you're like me, and this is the last hurrah, so you want to get the best out of that 50% off coupon. Um, I really had to look at what I wanted, and I'll even though like stuff like Censor, New York City Ninja, and our Way are kind of newer, I knew I did want to at least get the first couple VSPs. Like those, I really wanted. Did you get Censor, Zach? Did you pick up Censor? I'm actually kind of curious about that. Oh yeah, like volume 5. There's 2 volumes coming in 2022. Of course, everything stays okay. 2 volumes are coming in 2022. And the things in here like that really really stood out in for me and Censor, that aside from like a director's commentary and a cinematographer commentary that's there, there's a Kat Ellinger commentary on Censor. There's an interview with the director and the lead actress, interview with the cinematographer, interview with the editor, the sound designer, the composer. There's a short film called Nasty, and what's that? That is about that is about like a video nasties. There's a video essay by Chris. Well, that's well, not. Well, that's not. There's, I'm getting into it. So there's a video essay by Chris O'Neill, kind of about the whole video nasty thing, and Severin's David Gregory, one of the biggest video nasty like fans in the world, does a talk on video nasties called My Nasty Memories. And if you don't have the Band the Sadist video one, like which I think was on my one of my was not Severin, was it Severin release or Blunderground? Whoever put out the House on Straw Hill. Then you're gonna like this because that's a full length documentary on video nasties. And then there's a 16-page book by Alexandra Heller Nicholas. But yeah, there was some cool stuff here. Synapse, thank you, Zach. I forgot who put that one out. But But yeah, this is loaded. And I have an extra copy of banned status videos. Hell yes. That means I can send my other copy to Morocco when my better half goes. Eventually, hopefully. I'm understanding this to be your first experience with censor. I get that. I haven't seen it either. I've only seen I've only looked at the trailer. Oh, before I go any further though, because we're gonna look at some other stuff. Hey there, Andy. Welcome. Your boy actually won something. I was at work and I got a message from my boss, and my boss said, can you hit me up on Zoom? And I said, oh crap, am I in trouble? Am I getting fired? I was extremely nervous. That's the thing. I'm not quite sure if Saturn's core doesn't need blue, to be honest with you. Like I'd be chill with Saturn's core being DVDs. I feel the same way about the new Intervision stuff. Now they're doing Intervision on Blu-ray, and I'm like, do they need it though? Do they really need it? And I know they're doing it because some people like just won't buy anything on DVD. I get that, but in all honesty, they don't need it. But anyway, so he calls and he says, "Okay, so you won something, but you got to pick a number." And my lucky number is 13, but it was already taken. Then I said, well, 7. 7's like the universal lucky number. That was gone too. So I decided, you know what? I like 25. 25 is a cool number. So I won this. So yeah. So I have like a regular Nintendo Switch. But for those that have been watching my channel for a while, they know that I'm also I'm a gamer as well, and I have been collecting all the Nintendo handhelds from the Game Boy on up. And I didn't have a Nintendo Switch Lite. This and the Virtual Boy, the only two like I think Nintendo consoles I really don't own yet. So yeah, here in Canada, this runs about $250 before tax. So very cool to have this. I'm playing Animal Crossing on it right now, and once I get a little SD card, because they're very inexpensive for the Switch, then I'll probably be playing some Pokemon on there too. So yeah, I never win anything. So that blew my mind. Thank you. It's smaller, but picture seems a bit clear, but maybe it's because it's smaller. But the regular Nintendo Switch, Dave, is one that kind of plugs into the TV. So the way that I see it, like my regular Switch, that's my home console. That's the one for the TV. My Switch Lite, that's my on-the-go one. And due to the fact that I do spend a lot of time just go either going places, or when I travel, like if I'm going to see my kids in Halifax, or I travel to Morocco, or I just go like to see my family in Newfoundland. then basically it's an easy one to take with me. It's harder to carry an entire like Switch with you, but and I did like once a month visiting my dad. But it's a lot easier for me to just carry my Switch Lite with me. So it doesn't hook up to a TV. You don't get the rumble feature on there, and obviously you can't take off the things. But what's really nice, that it does have that's over the my original Switch is it has it's got a D-pad. Now, if you have the original Switch like me, you know what I'm talking about. One of the most annoying things is rather than a D-pad, you get the 4 directional buttons, which is okay. But yeah, the D-pad was missed. I hope the new OLED. I haven't seen the new OLED one. If the maybe hopefully the OLED one brought the D-pad back, because that was one of the big things that the Switch Lite had, and had a lot of people actually going and buying it, even if they already had a Switch. But do you need it if you got a Switch? No, you don't need it. But is it cool to have like as a portable handheld? Hell yeah. Well, I couldn't believe it. They did good stuff across the board. Do you know what the big prize was this year at our office? And a friend of mine won it too. And I'm sure she's going to, and I think more than likely she should either she'll sell it or give it to her boyfriend, because she had no idea what it was when she won it. She won the Oculus Rift 2. So think about that for a second. So a few people won some some Samsung Galaxy A7 tablets. A couple of those went out. There were some like smaller prizes like Echo Dots and $100 gift cards. But overall, I got to say they did a really good job with our with kind of the Christmas contest, Christmas bonus type thing this year. T-shirts are cool though. We all need T-shirts. And most of the jobs I've had, that's all I got. Except for one of my first jobs, I worked at this like call center back in Newfoundland, and they were just kind of starting up. And when they first started, oh man, did they ever have the excellent stuff? There was like the PS2 days and stuff like that. So they had like PlayStation 2s, and they had all kinds of consoles there. And they were every week they're giving away consoles, like whatever Nintendo had out at the time. So there was a bunch of stuff that was going out, and I don't know if ever won anything that big though. The Rift. But it was like I rarely ever won. I think about 2 years ago at my job, I won like what was it, a rice cooker or something like that. Something small like that. Rice cooker. It was like a little rice cooker. But no, it was a hot air. It was a hot no fryer. It was a hot air fryer. And this year it was like, oh god, I'm gonna win something crappy. I'm gonna win something crappy. And it was $25 because there was 2 Nintendo Switches. There was a blue one and there was a turquoise one. Your sister has good taste, man. Animal Crossing is addictively fun. It's one of my games, man. I've been playing Animal Crossing since the very first one came out back in the day, and I remember you could hook up your Game Boy Advance to your I think to your GameCube, and you could travel it to an island on Animal Crossing. I'm old school. Am I losing some viewers because I'm talking about Animal Crossing? But it's really, really good. I have to say, I'm very impressed. I'm super impressed with what Vinegar Cinema have done. They've let the partner label shine, and I think it has. I mean, there's a little bit there for everybody. If you like the shot on video stuff, there's titles there for you. If you like the extreme kind of like comedy, gross out stuff, there's movies there for you. If you want like something kind of different in art house, there's definitely movies there for you. If you want to see some very, very cool. Are you into Animal Crossing? Craig, well, eventually, what I'll do, I'll let you know what my island is. When I get a little couple more things in the island, I'll send you what my island's called, and you can visit my island. I'll visit your island. But yeah, I recommend it. I mean, if you don't have Switch and you just want like something handheld on the go, Switch Lite is amazing. Also, let's face it, at this point, PS5 and the Xbox Series X don't don't have a lot out there right now. They eventually will, don't worry. And I will eventually buy them both. Yeah, like I had to start over today, Craig, because I transfer. I didn't transfer my save files to my Switch Lite because you can only have one like primary switch. Oh, the Oculus Rift. Yeah. Sorry, man. I never won it, so I totally forgot. So mine is just literally started over today. But you're definitely. I'll send you my my island name so that you're welcome to visit. I've thought about that a lot, Zach. I've thought about the fact is Vinegar Syndrome taking on too much? Is it? Are they biting off more than they can chew when it comes to this? But here's the thing: Vinegar Syndrome as a company are kind of doing their own thing. There's going to be great decisions and there's going to be bad decisions. That's going to come with any company. And I don't think that's going to come because with or without partner labels. That's just decisions that are being made, like acquisition decisions. Um, there's some that really paid off and some that are not paying off for me, but I think are going to pay off like incredibly for other people. But I think overall it's a good thing. It is a hub for a lot of different companies, unique companies that may have not got the the light shine on them as much to have to have a spotlight shine on them. But remember, at the end of the day, Fun City Editions, Utopia, Agfa, they're all doing their own thing. Vinegar Syndrome is still doing its own thing. Now, the temptation to do your own label, and it's worked out well for Henderson has done it. And he started it with the WNUF special, which was a really cool title to start out with. What a cool way to start his label. Um, but I don't think it's going to take away from their regular brand. I think eventually they may have to bring some more people in, but all these partner labels are pretty much they're just being housed under there. All the partner label work is being done by you, Zach. You need I Start Counting in your life, man. You need I Start Counting. It's a great film. Did you notice how they changed the killer in The Long Halloween? If you read the graphic novel, you know, with the 12-part story, uh, with by Salem Loeb, yeah, they changed the killer. They did that too with Gotham by Gaslight. But it's cool. I mean, it's a good enough story that, with the right amount. And Zach, you're a cinematographer. That's your thing. How can you not own I Start Counting? It has some amazing shots, some really cool composition there. It's literally what you do for a living. So definitely check it. If you've never seen it, like at least please watch it because man, do they do some really good work with that. There's a beautiful shot near the beginning of the film with the revelation of a victim, and it is extremely well shot. Oh yeah, Dave. The um, I don't want to say anything, but the person you probably thought it was initially uh, is who it is in the comic. Extremely, like really good with the visuals. Uh, Isaac Hand does a really good job with that. They put out some amazing releases. Outfit City is a really cool release if you like that style stuff as well. Gotta get rid of spam bots, guys. Definitely, the visual standpoint is the thing that really kind of stuck with me when it first came to that one. Like it's a beautifully done film. Like, bring you over to it. I will. But if anybody here is looking at the Vinegar Syndrome party labels and they're thinking, "Hey, I want to get Aaron a Christmas gift," I've only got one Saturn core, and that's the documentary. So I would love to have more of their stuff. So there you go, pimping myself out there. If you don't pimp yourself, nobody will. That's what you got to do. What's your fourth? That's only 3 pages. Let's go. Let's start counting. See if they show any of the shots that I'm looking at. I actually particularly like that shot there, but there's some really good stuff from a visual standpoint when it comes to this film. Not sure how well you can tell here, but like that close-up shot with him eating the sweets, hopefully you're able to tell from just, you can see a bit from these still pictures. Like, look at this here. Like, just look at this picture right here and tell me you're not actually getting some kind of Argento vibe. This is not like Argento. Just to let you know, nothing like Argento, but there's that vibe right there. And it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see stuff like that. And this year has been a big year for me for like noticing more of cinema like that, of that type of stuff. I'm so excited to get Detention. When I was in high school, I would never say that, but here, I'm so excited to get Detention. I'm so excited to get her smell. My first Gunpowder and Sky release. My first Decanalog release. My first VSPs. I'm really hoping New York Ninja is going to be a lot of fun because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure on New York Ninja. It was the only one that I truly wasn't sure on. I was 100% sure on Sensor, her smell. I knew that if I got nothing else, I would be getting her smell. And Detention, the more I read about it, the more intrigued I got. I did not look to see. Well, I did look to see it, but it doesn't really give you any information on the features. Did you like the set? Well, I'm going to hate you. Do you know that's one of my favorite? If you don't like the set, I'm not going to hate you. Everybody has their own taste, but I love the Lindsay Baker set. It's fantastic, especially you got the music there too. And if you watch the first film, I got to say this right now: for those that don't have the Severin Lindsay Baker set, let it be one of the first things you get from Severin if you haven't picked anything up in the last little while. But that song that plays all throughout the first movie, like plays all throughout Paranoia, and it's such a cool, like, kind of boppy type of song, and it eventually that song becomes. Do you really? I can't watch it yet, Eric. I'll watch it after I see the movie. But I'll do that a lot. Like when it comes to like your channels, by the way, there's certain things that I I won't watch if I haven't seen the film. If it looks like one that I'm going to pick up. And I was aware of the video game. but I wasn't as aware of the film, to be bluntly honest. So when I realized that there was a film of the game, I was a little bit nervous. Oh, speaking of which, if you do own a Switch, Danganronpa came out today on the freaking Switch. And for those that have not played Danganronpa and your video game players, holy crap. Like maybe you missed out on the Vita, maybe you don't have a PS4 or 5 when it came out. I think it was 4. Oh my god. If you have a Switch and you haven't had the latest PlayStation stuff, or you never bought a Vita, Danganronpa, get it. Like 1,000,000% get it. I was gonna get it, but this came. Hold on. Let me show you something. You only watch 2? They are fantastic. That song, by the way, from the first film comes back. You will hear it again. So Danganronpa has like this evil. Did you ever play it, Matt? So Danganronpa. Real quick side turn. So basically, basically, you're a student, part of this like the school, and your entire class has been transported to this place, but by this evil teddy bear character, where basically you have to only one person gets out alive. You pretty much got to it's a fight to the death type of thing. You've heard the story before, but this is different because what's happening is people are getting killed, people are getting murdered. And how do you save yourself? Well, there's trials, just like in like an ace attorney type of thing, where basically there'll be trials where you got to find the evidence and you got to convict the right killer. Because if you don't, everybody can die. And they've done I think three games, original games, plus a shooter, and I think a Mario Party style game just came out. But geez, you can see, it can be pretty intense. 65-inch for his back porch? Holy crap. That is awesome. But yeah, if you've never played this game, I 1,000,000% recommend it. See, there you go. Also, random like swerve into like into another topic for like a second, lets you know who's actually watching your channel because he likes to watch your channel. They like to watch your channel, and who literally just came on for the Vinegar syndrome stuff and just jumped off again. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it gives you it shows you the definition. Your stepkid is cool, and your brother-in-law is friggin' lucky. I've only got a 55-inch right here in my house. For a guy that likes cinema, I really do need to get a bigger TV, but I'm waiting to get to Morocco whenever that's going to be, because we want a bigger one there. We're doing there's some renovations being done on the condo right now. Actually, we're getting some tiles put in. So, needless to say, that's what we're doing now. Does anybody here not pick up anything this month but are thinking about getting something? Is there anything that you're on the fence about that you're looking at and you're not quite sure? Because that's kind of what I was hoping this video could become. So if there's titles that you're wondering about, you're curious about, that you're on the fence about, that we could help each other when it comes to something like that. Initially, I wasn't going to make my purchase until I came on here live, but I had a lot of like stuff to watch. I've been like watching some things for reviews, and I've been working on a bunch of different things, including so a couple more report cards that are coming out this weekend. God, you're so quiet. You're making me nervous. I'm wondering if you're still here. I've been trying to wear this sweater for my review videos and stuff like that. So literally, I've done laundry like around 3 or 4 times this week. Oh, the quote check set looks amazing, man. That should be incredible. Their night gallery set season 1 looks really cool as well. Like I'll be doing a Kino like report card, so keep an eye out for that. I think that's going to be probably shot the weekend. I have to do one for Kino. I've got to do one for Criterion. I already did the Mill Creek one. Hey there, Mike. Welcome, man. For those that missed out on the Umbrella or like one, make sure you check that out. It's actually one of my favorites. I think my favorite one that I've done so far is Severin. In the way that I structured it, I was actually proud of that. I'll have the qualities coming up before the end of the year. Well, Tron has incredible visuals, and the sequel. You got like Daft Punk, so can't go wrong there. Daft Punk, love me some Daft Punk. And honestly, the only reason I haven't picked up Tron is because I'm waiting for 4Ks. Q and I are having sales right now. Let's do it. You guys, I'm always down for like a good sale. Even though I bought my last stuff for the year. So as always, Kino sales are usually too big for me to go through everything. But I will give you some recommendations here for these Kino releases. It's fun. I mean, the Black Boots Leather Whip is actually not bad at all. Did you get House of Lost Women, Mike? It is a hot take, Craig, but I also like Night Strangler. If not better, just as much. So 4D Men's Iron Eagles 3. I did get a kick out of these films. Adventures of Captain Marvel. Again, 1,000,000%. I'm always going to recommend the hell of this one. This is such a good release. And it's so cheap here. It's $8.99 for crying out loud. I would buy this movie for the cover. The All-Nighter. Susanna Hoffs. Who, by the way, is ageless. Much like Susan Sarandon. Is pretty much ageless. Good title, actually. If you like Bahia Blanca, I think you might like House of Lost Women. Amazon Women on the Moon. This one's really fun. Amy Fisher story. I would actually pick that up because I like TV films. Maybe an Adventure. Christopher Lee, actually. Had a lot of fun. I had more fun with this than I thought I was going to have. My better half wanted to get this one. And because she likes, say, the adventure films, the fantasy films. And I was like, I'm not sure, but it was fun. It was really fun. Astro Zombies, for me, it's his best work, man. It's so hilarious. You can't not love it. Alpha Doctor Orloff's a fantastic one by Jess Franco. Baffled actually with Leonard Nimoy was a lot of fun too. Bank Dick is of course fantastic. I remember being that well. There's some great prices here, though, guys. There's some fantastic prices here. Got the sexy legs on black gravel there. Anything Maribab is worth getting. Blast Fighter, holy crap! I actually really love this film. I don't have it anymore. I actually gave it to my dad because Blast Fighter has this like slight like minor spoiler. Um, there's this dude, and he picks up this. He finds that there's these like hunters, like these poachers. So he saves this baby deer from these poachers, and he takes the baby deer with him. And unfortunately, these poachers killed the baby deer. And I didn't want my better half because I know. Oh, Cassandra. Oh, hell yeah, man! That my better half would pick up this movie, see like a gigantic gun and like a lot of action on the cover, would pick it up and watch it and be utterly horrified, even though it's fake, right? Of the baby deer sequence in the film. So I gave it to my dad. Blue Collar is the fantastic, very underrated Paul Schrader film, put up by Imprint Films initially. Body Slam, yeah, I'd buy that. Uh, Boomerang is a really good one with Dan Andrews. Breakheart Pass. I have to say, and I don't know how much I can say yet because I don't know if it's been officially announced. But if you're a fan of like some of the 60s or 70s type of style films, whether it be like the drama or the comedy type stuff, uh, man, Mill Creek's got something good coming in January. Like, I mean, really freaking good. So look towards January the 18th and January 25th for I'm not even joking. There's really good stuff. I'm super stoked. Burn Offerings, Oliver Reed, love that film. Buster Keaton, like Buster Keaton Collection, Volume 2, Volume 3 is here. Sherlock Jr. is really, really good. I love this. Actually, I like all these. I love Buster Keaton. Bustin' Loose, they're with Richard Pryor and Cicely Tyson. This Carol Lombard set, I have this. This is fantastic. Fantastic set. The original Acacia Falls, number 2. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but my better half, she's not here to fix pronunciation for me. Challenge. Yeah, Frankenheimer work. That's there is such good stuff here. Is there anything anybody picking up anything from here? Clouseau's early works. I wish I could get that from my better half. I know she would love it. Cherry 2000. I actually get a kick out of that. Got fleeing these clowns here, which freaks the hell out of me. Coogan's Bluff, really like. I I can't believe I don't own Cool as Ice yet. I'm not even joking. I can't believe I don't own it. Quarters of Mirrors. I gotta eventually get myself some Cohen releases. I don't have any Cohen collection releases. This is the Terrence Young one too. And of course, Terrence Young worked with Hammer, so I'm gonna like that. Brooklyn is here. Cry Freedom is an excellent film. I love Curse the Undead. Daisy Kenyon, incredible Joan Crawford film right there. I like Date with an Angel. It's not a very good film, but I liked it when I was young. Black Sunday, Big Country. Those are two great movies. Like 100% fantastic films. Deanna Durbin. Again, I like to have this one too. I like to have all of their like box sets. Hey there, Anton. Welcome, man. Death Before Dishonor is here. That's Fred Dreyer. I was a huge fan of Hunter. Dreams. I don't even remember what this is about, but it's got Chris Reeves, so I'd love to have that one too. March here. The Demonics, which again, it's John Roland. By the way, for those of you that have not been looking at Arrow's streaming service, oh my God, is it getting better and better every day? I'll be talking a bit more on my on my report card. But the one thing I can tell you right now is I will be actually highlighting how far they've come with their streaming service, because Phantom of the Mall literally just came out. And if you go on Arrow's streaming service, for instance, and if you're not sure about Phantom of the Mall, it's there. The theatrical edition version of Phantom of the Mall is there. The TV version of Phantom of the Mall is there. The fan version of Phantom of the Mall is there. The film with both its commentaries is there. The special making of documentary is there. Armor of the God, good movie. Dr. Mapoose, Dr. Cyclops, really loved that when I was a kid. Dr. Ross Monster, still getting this like the really kind of cool Jess Franco stuff. Dynasty was such a good 3D release. Damn's the 3D good. I mean, the 3D was good. Like, not only that, there's a 3D comic in this. 3D horror comic. It's really cool. Golden Sun with Jennifer Jones, Gregory Peck, Joseph Cotton. Again, another film I like. I really, really liked Evil Under the Sun. Not quite sure if you're a guys are a fan of, but it's directed by Guy Hamilton, and it's Peter Ustinov's Hercule Poirot and his Little Grey Cells. Very, very cool film. Got Faust here, Stanley Kubrick's Fear and Desire, which is a fantastic movie. Female Vampire, if that's the uncut version. Are you really watching it on Rose? Are you watching it on? Do you have like a like physical copy, or watching it on Arrow's like John Roland set, like collection that they put out? Arrow's streaming service have John Roland this month. Folks is okay. Fifth Floor I haven't seen in a long, long time, so I can't remember it very well. This is really good. Dirty Money. Jean Pierre Melville, so you know it's going to be good. Flesh and the Fiends. Redemption Blue. Oh, nice. Front Page. Water Mathol and Jack Lemmon. Can't go wrong with that. Oh, this is an interesting one. I go back and forth on this. It is such a weird film. In that it's based on Ed McBain's 88th Precinct, right? But and it very much plays like it. So it kind of plays almost in an odd way. I think like Barney Miller is kind of a dramedy version of the whole Ed McBain thing. If you're old enough to remember what Barney Miller is. And this kind of plays like that, kind of goes in between. Hey there, Dennis. Welcome, man. I remember this in Grandview, USA. I was so in love with uh with Jamie Lee Curtis, and who wasn't, by the way. The Gollum is here. Go Go Mania. I have no idea what this is, but it looks cool, man. Green Man, Alistair Sim. That's a really good film, actually. Um, the Great Gabbo. Oh yeah. Hatchet for the Honeymoon. I really like that one. I do think that's underrated. Hallucination Strip. I'm curious. Actually, I am very curious. Highway to Hell. If you don't own this, this is a fantastic release. If anybody is like collecting like Kino, collecting like horror and like action, comedy, whatever, you do need to have Highway to Hell in your collection. It's got a fantastic, utterly fantastic cast. It is so well done, and everything about it is fantastic. Hot Plains Drifter, and really like that. House of Mortal Sin, are a very good P. Walker film. So if you've never seen House of Mortal Sin, definitely going to recommend that. I understand, man. But I'm going over this here for people that are richer than me and rich, I guess richer than you too, or smarter than maybe than me, or not as smart. I'm not sure. I'm going to get you sucker is great. If you've seen Black Dynamite, then you got to see I'm going to get you sucker because it's a perfect double feature. And looks like we've got a 4K on sale, not just any 4K, the 4K of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So yeah, that's a pretty cool one. And this is the Philip Kaufman version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, or as it's known, my favorite version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. As it's known, right? Yeah, like everybody who picks this up is like, I wasn't sure I was going to pick up Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the sequel film by Philip Kaufman. But when I found out that Aaron liked that was his favorite version, uh, I had to get it. Yeah. Somehow I don't think conversation goes away. Iron Master's here. I got the Blu-ray of it, but from Arrow Video. But I would love to get the 4K eventually. No, Black Diamond. Well, the anime series is cool, but the actual film, Black Diamond was a film first. I was going to get this one, Jazz on Summer's Day. It was one of the ones, but unfortunately, Kino, we're not the nicest ones to me when it came to review stuff. So there you go. Bulldozer. I wish my cousin was at it right now. This is the one I talked about. Like me and my cousin talked about that he literally didn't know was a thing. Well, he knew it, but he thought he dreamt it. He thought it couldn't be real. So that was such a weird film. Then he found it like, oh my god, Bulldozer is actually real. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Kolchak, the Night Stalker, the complete series. Eventually, I want to get this. I really would love to have this, actually. The original Kiss Before Dying with Robert Wagner. It's very hard to think of Robert Wagner as a lady killer. He'll kill someone that he's romantically attached to. How could that ever happen? The Laughing Policeman, underrated film there by with an underrated actor. Walter Matthau does not get the credit that he deserves. He really doesn't. Last Seduction is here as well. We got The Long Haired Death. Losing It. I'm not sure if that's a great film, but I remember seeing it when I was young, actually. Probably, no, I was right age, I think I could see it. Lost Highway, one of my better half's favorites. I think that might be your favorite Lynch film. I feel like I should remember Luna, but I don't. Is that the one that's almost like, with his mom type of thing? His mom is getting a little bit too close to him, or am I thinking something else? Maybe I'm thinking something else. Mad Max on 4K. I haven't seen this 4K. Cover looks baller though, man. We'll go to Arrow afterwards, by the way. If you want to stick around, we can go to Arrow afterwards, or if you don't, we'll end it after this. It's up to you. Man with White Suit's a really good film with Alec Guinness. Um, whatever, Misery in 4K. I got the Scream Factory edition, so I really can't go and grab that one again, even though I would like to. Science Project. I actually remember that. Is it amazing 4K? Oh, now I really want it. Let's open up the Arrow site. Christmas sale. Let's go. Hey there, Ryan. Welcome, man. We'll go from high to low. I'll give you some recommendations here. Some stuff that I've seen, some stuff that I haven't seen yet. Well, like I've seen, but I don't own, basically. Okay. Weird Wisconsin, the Bill Rebane. I mean, it's your mileage on this is going to really come to: do you really like regional horror films, and do you like Bill Rebane stuff? If you do, hell yeah. But if you don't, maybe not. It's the Blu-ray Battle Royale. I have a Blu-ray edition of this one. I got the original big set that they did. This, I guess, is obviously going to be a better quality copy. This is one of the films that everybody, I don't care what copy you got in your collection, own it. It's a really great film. Vengeance Trails again. Like, just look at this stuff here. Got Massacre Time, which is an amazing film. Picos Bill is Picos Bill, right? My name is Picos. Bandidos is here. Like 4 God Said Cain is here. Just 4 really cool films. Is it God Said Cain? Is that there? Massacre Time. Yeah, God Said Cain is there. Perfect. Sergio Martino collection. If you don't own these films, this is you no longer have any reason not to own them. This is a great release. You're going to get 3 of his films here, 3 very different films too. Some of his best. Majin collection is right here. And I'm going to guess this is a smaller box set as opposed to the gigantic one that came out originally. Excellent release. Battles Without Honor and Humanity. I thought this was at a print. Maybe this is a slimline edition, but if even if it is, it's really good. I really like Battles Without Honor and Humanity. My kids were not so big on it, but I actually really liked it. You know, the model individually. Blood Hunger, another really cool one with Jose Larraz. Again, that's depending on how much you like Larraz, because it's there's going to be a difference. Gamera, the Showa era. Camera Obscura is back in print. Oh man, I wish I had the money to get that. Donnie Darko's here, limited 4 edition 4K. I'm not a huge Donnie Darko fan, to be bluntly honest with you, but I get what the cult appeal of it. Eric Romer's comedies and Proverbs is here. There's so much good stuff here with the Phantasm Box Set, the new one, the Heisei era, which is the best era of Gamera, by the way. Oh, that's like me. I got them separately, so I could not buy the set, even though it's got a sexy box. I can't buy a box. Can't buy a box set just for the box. Like I'm like you. The Hershiger and Lewis set. If you like Hershiger and Lewis stuff, it's fantastic. The documentary is really good. If you don't like Hershiger and Lewis, then I'd at least pick up the documentary, watch it sometime. Got Cinema of Conflict here, which of course is Krzysztof Kozlowski. 6 Gothic Tales, a really great set, by the way. Family Values is here. New Battles with Honor and Humanity has gotten a slimline release now. If you've missed out on the original box set, you can still get a slimline release. They re-released a complete Sartana set, and this is incredible. This is a fantastic set, and there's a ton of features on here. The Ring collection, 1,000,000% recommend this. Really, really enjoyed the hell out of this. Got the original one with the book. I'm jealous, Cobra. I'm super jealous. That is cool. Um, the ring set's really good. And again, it does exactly what something like this should do. For a lot of people, the ring is their J horror, like that's their J horror one. That's the one that really started it. Uh, but recommendations by Eric, the Asian movie enthusiast. There, anything he recommends in Asian cinema, you can go by because he has impeccably great taste with this stuff. So we got two incredible sets right here. Yeah, like I was saying, the Ring Collection does like great production on this one. So it doesn't just like throw you right in there. You get like documentaries on the Ring, get documentaries on J horror. It does it right. Unfortunately, unlike the Ebolas. Okay, I'm gonna give up on it. The Steelbook of the Heisei trilogy. This is the best Gamera trilogy. This is one of the best trilogies for like for a for kaiju period. So if you have never seen these, this is really great stuff. Marx Brothers is here. Major Dundee. There's so much good stuff here. Like Female Prisoner Scorpion is fantastic. Uh, if you're into like this director, then you know I can't deny this Love and Death set's really cool. Um, Out One is here. Stray Cat Rock. I actually really like that. Hellraiser collection. I'm a big The Vengeance trilogy. I'm pretty sure the Asian movie enthusiast really digs the Vengeance trilogy, much like I do. One of the best Godzilla films. Oh, nice. See, it's like we got house here. We have like Graveyards of Honor, which again is another fantastic one I would love to own. Not everything here is on the Arrow channel. Arrow channel kind of mixes in and out, and some stuff in the Arrow channel actually haven't been released by Arrow. Like the General Lin collection, for instance, that's not released by Arrow, but there is a General Lin section in Arrow. There's also a kind of an Agfa section. There used to be, especially Ichi the Killer. I would love to see that. This here is the big sale right now, Dennis, on from Arrow. You have the slimline editions for American Horror Project 1 and 2. I don't like those covers there, the alternate artwork. Uh, but I'm glad that they're available. Tales from the Urban Jungle has Brute Force and The Naked City, two incredible films. There's a 4K Ultra HD out there of Old Boy. 4K for Crash, and I can tell you right now, I have the 4K for Crash. It was sent to me. This is gorgeous. I like the Stray Cat set actually. Check out one of them if you can. See if it's your bag, Mike, and then you might want to grab it. Tremors is here. You see, like the Nuns Collector's Edition versions are here now, so you get them a little bit cheaper. Decalogue is here. The original box set of Decalogue that was put out by Arrow is still the very best way to watch this film. As you can see, there's like second run films here as well. Old Boy 4K is great and nice. One Missed Call trilogy. Again, I really love these as well. Got a Blu-ray here, Crash, Tsukamoto collection, The Killing Haze, and Denchukozo. Pitch Black, the very first 4K they put out. They didn't do this one themselves, but the very first 4K they put out. I like them both, but I understand what you mean. Female Prisoners are definitely more popular than the Stray Cat one. One Cut of the Dead. Excellent movie. I eventually got to get this one. This is from Third Window releasing, and they're sometimes it looks Human Condition is already sold out. I didn't notice up there if anything else was sold out, so I do apologize if something sold out. There are some great Christmas presents there. Oh, yeah, definitely Tamer. Yeah, King of New York is an excellent film, and 4K too, incredible. as is Cinema Paradiso. I don't have the 4K this one, but I do own the Blu-ray of Cinema Paradiso, and I'm so glad I do because it is such a good release. Hey, Warlock, did you get anything from the partner label sale? Well, not so much the sale, but partner label stuff. Unfortunately, this was sold out because of Pistol Ringo, the Return to Ringo. This is an incredible double feature. Me and my better half sat down and watched that a while back. Pink Films, volumes 5 and 6. So, get a little raunchy there. That has Blue Eyes. Get another one I don't have, but I think that's on the Arrow streaming service. I'm gonna check it out. Probably gonna watch a movie after I finish here. Actually, what 3 titles? You'll be proud of me, Warlock. I picked up the 2 VSPs, so I got New York Ninja and Censor coming. But I also picked up Her Smell, and I picked up Detention, and I picked up an older Utopia release, and that is God, the one about the documentary on Dale Close. I'm curious about these pink film releases. Anybody have any of these, by the way? I would love to get some of these other releases from some of these other companies. I wish this was on the Arrow website streaming service right now. I will really want to watch this. I really want to own this actually. Clapboard Jungle. Very intrigued by this. Really want to watch that film. And I know I'm eventually going to buy it, but I just want to see it right now. I've been watching a lot of documentaries recently. There's this documentary that I got to watch actually the weekend called Stripped Las Vegas. The Mill Creek put out. It's like over 3 hours long, and it's about these like 6 strippers like in Las Vegas during like what's going on right now. And I'm utterly so excited about that. I'm a big documentary guy though. Like understand that, guys. And I'm very excited about that title. Have Two Sisters is here as well. There's such good stuff. I mean, there's such good stuff. My Vinegar cinema shipped. I think it was yesterday. You get yours before mine. Because mine said it's going to arrive. Oh, right now, saying the 9th. So, it's your favorite movie. Nice. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, actually, long before I ever worked with, did any like review work for Mill Creek. Yeah, I I was watching Ultraman stuff on their streaming service. So it's been around for a while actually, but it's actually pretty cool. Hey there, JS. That's how I found out about like the Ultraman releases. I think my dad was like breaking in a new Roku at the time, and it was one of the things on Roku, and we started watching it. I'm a huge like Ultraman fan, and I was like, oh my god, I got to start buying Ultraman. I haven't seen Destruction Babies. When it comes to this type of cinema, man, I unless it's something that I'm really knowing and really like, I bow to your expertise. Brotherhood of Satan. God, I love this one. Oh, I love this cover too. This is such a good film. I really like the film. I mean, I do. I do like the film. One of my favorite like Criterion like ones that I watched. This was a blind buy when I watched it. Valerian or Week of Wonders. Really did. I really did adore that film. And it doesn't go too long. It's actually just the right amount of time. Have you never seen Valerian Week of Wonders? I know I don't, but I love the movie Joysticks. Actually, I remember that one. I actually still remember the cover and everything. Joysticks was a hell of a lot of fun, man. Bloodthirsty trilogy. It's sold out, unfortunately. If this comes back in stock though and you don't own it, get it. It's really freaking good. If you like Hammer, like vampire films, like the Hammer style horror, that's what this is. This is the Asian version of the Hammer horror films, and they're so good. They are so freaking good. Oh, I understand, JS. It's hard. It's really hard. I cannot partake of this sale myself either. I picked up a couple of things from Vinegar Serum that I couldn't afford, uh, just because it was my last month to get to get titles for half off. It was like, okay, going out with the bang type of thing. And for me, I really think the partner label month for Vinegar Serum this month was real redemption of some iffy stuff. This was really, I thought was really good. Cool. Like, still got to see that. Um, I'm behind on a lot of stuff, guys. I do apologize. Blind Beast. I got to get you on sometime, Amy, to talk about this stuff. It is. Actually, it was the last month for me to get partner labels or get any of the VSPs or any of that stuff for 50% off. So, Warlock, uh, I really, really looked when it came to the releases to see what I wanted. And I sat down. I had about 25 things in my cart that I weeded down to five. And the things that there are certain things I just really was really looking at. The problem with me is that I'm so random, AME, sometimes that I've got to get more scheduled when it comes to this. That's why I haven't had as many guests on recently, is that I haven't had a good solid schedule. But I would love to have you on. There's a few people I've been really, really hoping to get on. And I eventually I want to do an episode of my podcast about Asian cinema. And I really need you for that. Just so you know, if you don't mind. With Now and I. Of course, I got the special edition of this one because it is one of my favorite films. I love With No and I know it's not for everybody, but it's for me. It's really good. Phantom of the Mall is really cool. If you want to check it out, JS, before you pick it up, like just the kind of itch to scratch that itch. Right now, the entire set is on the streaming service, Arrow streaming service, and I want to buy it too. The worst thing for me is that a streaming service never takes the place of me buying movies. It makes me buy more movies. Um, so I'm sure after I watch Phantom of the Mall, I'm gonna go out and probably want to buy it soon afterwards. But that's it. I may have to wait for the standard for that one too. It should be covered more actually. Um, and especially right now, I think we're going to see a lot more Asian stuff. Like I was not like it's not a fan of the Ebola syndrome release. Oh, who knows? Maybe it'll win me over. But that being said, I think it was a start. Whether I like it or not, I think this is the start of a lot more Asian cinema coming in. And I think this month's partner is really label month is really showing some more Asian cinema. The doors are open, and I think the once those doors are open, they're not closed. Because when I say I was not a fan of the Ebola syndrome, I was a minority in such a low minority, uh, because people love that. So for those who think that I think I'm right all the time, there you go. I'm not. I just like what I like. I guess that's what it is. Yeah, Detention looks really cool. Um, it's based on the video game, but apparently it's actually an actual good video game adaptation as opposed to what we've gotten in the past. If you don't have Rec, I got the Rec box set from Scream Factory, so I don't really need it, but this is a cool release. Now, I'm not sold on this cover, though. Sanders here, Heroes of Oz, of course, great release. But their some limited edition release was really good. Got Smiles on the Murders here. We got Demon Lover here as well. I want to thank everybody that hit the thumbs up button because you guys are awesome. You guys rock. Karma will come back to you in spades and in very good ways. There you go. We got Obsession here, which again is one of my favorite De Palma films. Bicycle Thieves. I think everybody should, if you don't own it, should at least see it. Uh, Amy really knows this stuff. Being John Malkovich again, it's a fun film. If you don't own it, you should at least watch it. It's a really fun film. Uh, Center, yeah, Center's there. Des Miles is here. Hey, Couchman. A Drama Strain. I actually like this. I know some people don't actually like this one. The Navigator. I remember Navigator. The Running Man is here. We got, of course, Zombie Flesh Eaters, which everybody owns by now, usually in 4K. Maybe you just got to get the right film. I do have Champagne Bullets. It's not one of my favorite releases, though, Red Roadrunner. So you may not be disappointed in me, actually. But I actually preferred Alley Cat the month that came out. I watched both of the releases, but I got a lot more fun out of Alley Cat. Champagne Bullets is fun, but it's not as fun as a lot of people think it's going to be. I think, but that's just my opinion. That's one man's opinion. Thanks, Coach. Um, I think it was Warlock or something that said that the Arrow had a sale, so they're the reason that this got in here. Exterminator. This was an early release I picked up from Arrow Video. I love this release. The Woman. I want to get the special edition, the Canadian release of this one, because it has both two films on it. Frivolous Lola. I got to rewatch that one. Actually, I'm a huge Tintle Brass fan, so I'll definitely check that one out later. It's not their best release, like Red. Definitely not their best release. Like if you manage to get something like Alley Cats, it's better. Uh, in my opinion, like maybe you might like it better, but I thought Alley Cat was better. I thought there's a lot of ones that were better. If I can get through this, then maybe we'll get to Zabby. We got Cat Nine Tails here, Trapped Alive. My dad bought this one. I haven't seen this one in ages. My dad liked it though. Mona Lisa is a great film. Recommend this. Rest in peace, Bob Hoskins. Has I actually own all of these Do It. It's my favorite of the early Tintle Brass films. I haven't discussed Milled Stone Woman, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing it. Great release. Great looking release. In 2022, aside from doing like some stuff that I'm doing here, I will actually be diving back into looking at some of the different like streaming services as well, and I will be reviewing those along with the physical media releases that come out. I will never, as you guys know, I'll never go away from physical media, but I still think that it that a streaming service can be helpful in a way of like helping you decide what you want to buy from physical media. Bob Hoskins' Super Mario is a million times better than Chris Pratt Super Mario. Helen, I 100% think that's true. Glass Key is a really good release. Frankenhooker. You want a date? I love that movie so much. I understand your dad, man. That's how I was. But I'm probably your dad's age too, so there you go. I do own Last American Virgin. I didn't know it was a print though. One of my favorites. One of the best like coming of age stories, and the most heartbreaking that you'll ever see, with a great soundtrack. Love that film. It's a remake of of a, of a series of films called Lemon Popsicle. I think it's Lemon Popsicle. Really liked it. Terrible. I haven't seen that. That's a little bit too new for me. Um, I like some new stuff, but that just doesn't. Are you sure? Is this not like Amy? No, what I like it though, because you have to remember one thing. I love Takatsu. There you go. The Nova sale is being linked right there from Warlock, so make sure to check that out. I'll try and check that after if I can. I have. I didn't know that was out of print. I also have Miss 45. It's one of my. It's another film that I really like. So I picked it up when Who put that out? Garage House Pictures? Was it Garage? No, it wasn't Garage House Pictures. I can't remember who put out Miss 45 right now, but I know I own it. If they had the chance to release it, I'm willing to bet they would love to get a release for that. And it really fits along the wheelhouse too, especially lately. On a Death. I know this isn't for everybody, but I'm a huge Nico Mustarakis fan. Draft House, thank you. That's the one. That's the one I got. I'm quite sure if this is here in Morocco though. Damn, it's a shame. Inferno, Henry George Clouseau's Inferno. I really want that. I would have loved to got their big edition of Crimson Peak. By the way, friend of the channel actually just recently put out, and I wanted to mention this because it's the first part, and he sent me a link to it, and I think it's online to check out now on YouTube, with Queen of Hearts, which is a Twin Peaks fan film, and man, is it good. I wasn't sure because I wasn't completely sold on the actor that they had chosen for Dale Cooper until I saw him do Dark Dale Cooper, and that was so sold. But I watched it here the other night. I'm going to do a review on it down the road. Actually, fairly soon. Actually, I'll probably do a review the weekend. But Queen of Hearts, the Twin Peaks fan film, I really, really enjoyed that. So if anybody's a huge Twin Peaks fan, if you're a Twin Peaks fan, really worth checking out. Bride of Animator. I know some people don't. I love Bride of Animator. I really do. The Wind here. I got to watch The Wind soon, actually. White of the Eye. Okay, if you do not own White of the Eye, this is the version to pick up. Like, I have your Cobra. Yeah, actually, the guy that did it has been definitely a big friend of the channel. We've spoken of definitely quite a few times, and he actually sent me, and because I was working so much, he sent me the like the first part before it was actually like it came out or like officially came out. But being the overworked jerk that I am, I didn't get around to it until a few days ago. And man, was I so glad when I actually got to watch it. It's really good. Especially the girl that plays Annie. Holy crap. No, actually, I wasn't really disappointed by the releases for Black Friday. Jesse Cameron is a really nice guy. Just the opposite, actually. I thought the Black Friday releases were overall like extremely good. I wasn't big on Ebola syndrome, but that's just me. Everybody else is big on it. And who knows, maybe once I watch it, because it's one I haven't seen, it's a blind spot for me. It's just like everything I've seen so far hasn't intrigued me. But I could, I've been wrong so often, man. I would said that about Alien from LA. I'm like, oh, I saw the movie, didn't like it. I saw Alien from LA. I was like, okay, what a disappointment that is. I really don't want to see that film. I got it, loved it. So I am a person that is willing to have my mind changed. Wood the Eye, the big reason, aside from the fact that Wood the Eye is a fantastic freaking film. And by the way, this is the double play, so this is Blu-ray and DVD. So this is when they still did that. Where's it at? Come on. That's saying because it's got the old. Anyway, so this one here has a. Yes, I did. Congratulations, Jose, by the way, who has written a film that is getting majorly released in theaters. I am very, very proud of him. The guy has worked extremely hard. A very nice guy, a good friend of mine, and I am proud to say that I know him right now as a movie that he worked really hard on, that he thought was probably going to just get a straight to video release, is making its way to the theater. And if it comes my way and I get to see it in theater, I definitely will. Either way, I'm very much looking forward to seeing the film. Uh, so definitely check that announcement out later on, guys, because he has very, very good reason to be proud, and I'm very proud of him too. Phantom Lady, which is again another fantastic film. Yeah, YDI has a documentary about the director, Couch, and it is actually just as good as the film. The life of that director is utterly fascinating. And I really mean that. It is utterly fascinating. I missed out on the Dawn of the Dead 4K box set. It was a lean time actually when that one came out. I just had to choose, and I couldn't get it. DEFCON 4 was shot in Halifax. I live close to Halifax, so there you go. Well, fairly close. We got the Hordes of Milk for Men. I haven't watched that one. Well, Ramrod's actually pretty cool. Bells of St. Mary. I know it's kind of classic and cheesy stuff. I actually like that. Battle Royale again. Go to hell, bastards! Detective Bureau 2 and 3. Anytime I say the word bastards, you know what I'm thinking, right? Okay. I want to say, how well do people know me or know that? If you heard the word bastards, what automatically comes to mind? I want to see if anybody else is as warped cinema wise as me. Come on, there's got to be a guess. There's got to be a guess. I'm gonna go on and see if anybody guesses. We got Why Don't You Just Die Here? Blade of the Immortal. I actually like on that one. Yeah, that was a hard one to get, man. You got though, didn't you, Warlock? Oh, the documentary, man. You really do have to see it. It's really good. Like, it's fascinating. It is like right up there, alongside with, like, say something like the Lost Souls documentary. It's that good. Nobody gets the Bastards thing. Nobody's a fan of the movie Pieces, apparently, because that's from Pieces. That's that line. You can't forget once you hear her like line delivery for that. You can't forget it. You bastard! It's right there. Pieces. More of you people have to see Pieces. I'm just putting that out there right now. Yeah, Linda Day. Linda Day George. At the time. We got Spider Baby. I still need to get that one. Cool film, actually. Very cool film. Early Sid Haig. Rest in peace. You didn't get. I'm hoping it gets released in North America sometime. Versus is another one I'd like to get to. Obviously, Kansas City 2 here is fantastic. Such good stuff. I mean, there's such good stuff here. I get a kick out of this one, The Annihilator. No, it's not for everybody. I like it. Crimes of Passion. I should watch that the weekend. I love this movie. Actually, I love Extra. I don't mind any of it. I like the second one's probably the weakest. Extra, of course, the first one is the best. But third one's fun. Third one's fun. Yeah, it is great. So anytime I see the word bastards on anything now, that's automatically where my mind goes. Satan's Blade. This is insane, but I love it. This is a regional horror film, by the way. I have the Grindhouse releasing in pieces, but mine was one of the ones that came without the puzzle. Unfortunately, JS. Crimes of Passion is one of my favorite. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite Ken Russell films of all time. I love Anthony Perkins. I love Kathleen Turner. I'm utterly fantastic. I'm probably going to watch this right after. It's really good, actually. When it came out, a Couch on VHS back in the day. The gimmick for Crimes of Passions was that they put out an R-rated cut and he put out an unrated cut of the film. And this was early in the days of doing R-rated and unrated cuts of films. So I think the R-rated cut had a blue cover, a background to the cover, and the unrated cut had a pink background. Satan Blade's insane. I mean, it makes very little sense. It's a film that starts out as a bank robbery, quickly turns into some couples that come up to a cabin out of Friday the 13th with young teenagers, like, well, not young teenagers, but like younger people in the cabin next door to them, a la Friday the 13th Part 4, has an insane uh, dream sequence, which has some pretty fairly badass kills for like that like budget of film, and it ends really weird, but I kind of love it. Um, I've watched Satan's Blade several times, but it is regional horror. It is low budget. Like, just know that going in. So what do we say here? So this new restoration includes the 112-minute unrated director's cut, like I just mentioned there, and the 107-minute, the unrated 112-minute director's cut and the 107-minute unrated version of the film. Maybe I haven't seen the director's cut. I've seen like two versions of the film, though. We got a audio commentary with Ken Russell, and we gotta love that. Deleted extended scenes with optional commentaries on here. Interview with Sandler, now Adam Sandler, especially for this release. Brand new interview with the composer Rick Wakeman, recorded especially for the release. It's a lovely life music video, theatrical trailer, reversible sleeve, just some fantastic stuff. Stormy Monday is really good too. I have that one too, JS. I really like that one. Very different film though. Very different film. We got the Beast right here, which is I actually like the Beast. I do. I'm not gonna lie to you. Eaten Alive, one of my favorite Tobe Hooper films. Yeah, the leads play off each other so well in Crimes of Passion. Remo Williams. So if you're halfway in between, like say you've seen Remo Williams and you're like, I'm not quite sure if I want this or do I not want this. There's a 90-minute documentary on 80s action movies included with Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. So just like take that into consideration as well. The Trains are a really fantastic film, Burt Lancaster. Slugs is amazing. Edition is incredible. I love Edition. But guys, I got to say, with that and being on it for 2 hours and 13 minutes, I am tired. It has been a rough, long week. My dad has, but he's not here right now. Unfortunately, I'd ask him. He owns the movie. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for coming to join me tonight. Hopefully, you guys were able to. It did not do well, unfortunately. It's the Dick Clark production, actually, Warlock. Join me here tonight to talk about like what initially was Vinegar Cinema's partner label month. Yeah, we got to talk about and look into Kino's sale, into the Arrow video sale. We mentioned Cameron's Queen of Hearts, the Twin Peaks fan film, and we mentioned the big announcement of Master Cass himself having a film written that's going into theaters, and we're proud of him here. So some great cinema coming up for you guys to watch. Whether it's going to be Master Cass or it's going to be Twin Peaks. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Aaron. Stay happy. Partner month means there's no actual Vinegar Syndrome titles coming this month, just from the partner labels that work with Vinegar Syndrome that they highlight on their channel. Stay healthy. Remember, as always, costs nothing to be kind, so be kind to others, be kind to yourself. And like you guys know, like I know because I'm about to go and watch one, there is always another movie. Have a great weekend, guys.